I don't remember how it happened. One day life was going by perfectly normal, and then all of a sudden I woke up and I was the only person on the planet. I'm sure it hasn't been too long since it happened, but I lost track of the days. I'm sure it feels a lot longer than it's actually been. I've explored my town and neighboring towns for any signs of life, but nope, nothing. I've looked at news articles and headlines leading up to when everyone disappeared, but again, no clues as to what happened. Since then, I've sort of resigned to the fact that I'm the only person left, which is why what's happening to me is so frightening. I'm the last man on Earth. At least I'm fairly certain I am. And for the past few days, I've been hearing a knocking sound at my front door. I haven't left the house since I've heard it. I don't know why, but something about it is unsettling. Even more unsettling than being alone. The knocking comes and goes. It's to the point where I don't really know if it's happening, and I'm just tuning it out, or if it really did stop for a minute. It wasn't always there. There was a time where it was just silent. It was horrifying. But compared to this, well, let's just say now I wouldn't mind some silence. I've gone out and explored the neighborhood, even further out. I went to the neighboring towns and cities. Resource-wise, I'd say I'm doing okay. I stocked up initially, but since the knocking started, I've been too afraid to go outside. I haven't even opened the door since the knocking. I remember when it first started. I woke up to silence as normal. The first knock was that morning. I didn't know what it was. It was quiet, but I was so used to silence that I heard it right away. A faint thud coming from my front door. Even just that thud freaked me out. I stayed away from the front door for the whole morning, but didn't hear anything for a while. Later that day, the knocking became more distinct. I definitely wasn't leaving my house after that. It's been happening intermittently ever since. To be honest, this knocking is far scarier than finding out you're the last person on the planet. Much scarier. It's sort of like knowing you're home alone, but hearing footsteps in the kitchen. That kind of unsettling. That's how I feel. I've considered opening the door a few times, but something in the back of my mind is telling me not to. Something is warning me that I don't want to know what's on the other side of the door. It can't be another person, can it? They would have called out or said something by now. No. No sane person would sit there knocking at someone's door for days. Unless they thought they were also the only person left. Or maybe it's some creature, or some evil entity, the very reason I'm the last person on Earth. Maybe it thought it wiped out everyone on the planet and realized it missed one. Or maybe it's all in my head. Maybe there is no knocking. Maybe I've just been alone too long. My brain is malfunctioning, creating sounds where there are none, in an attempt to make me feel like I'm not so totally isolated. Maybe I'm going insane. Whatever the case, one thing is for sure. If I don't leave soon, I'll run out of food. Eventually, I'll have to open that door. or starve to death. It's funny, but starving to death almost seems like a desirable option compared to finding out who or what is knocking at my door. Even more days have passed now, I think. I'm not quite sure. The knocking has not let up. I know I'm on the verge of death. I have to make it to the door. Before I die, I need to see what's on the other side. What it was that filled me with so much dread. So much dread that I was willing to face death to avoid it. I just need to make it to the door. As I reach the door and put my hand on the knob, the same sense of fear overwhelms me as the knocking intensifies. But I need to push through. I need to see what's on the other side.
Doctor, I think he is waking up.
How long has this patient been comatose?
Almost 6 months.
Okay. We will check the vitals and afterward notify the treating doctor and the normal duty doctor. Let the family know as well. We'll need to keep monitoring his vitals every 15 minutes.